Alright, today we're taking a look at a card that's been out for a while now, but I have been working on a very interesting brew with. So when we had our Wilds of Eldraine set, we got to see for the first time Ariet of the Charmed Apple. This is a 3-mana 2/4 that basically gives us enchantment synergy, or aura specifically synergy. So the first half of her ability is pretty much irrelevant for the way that we're using her today. But basically, anything that's enchanted by an aura you control cannot attack you. And at the beginning of your end step, which is the part that we're using, you drain each opponent for the number of auras you control. And so if you take a look at the aura style of decks that we've had in the past, they pretty much just revolve around Light Paws. Light Paws out of Kamigawa was probably the best card that we could have gotten for this archetype. And basically when you cast an aura, or if you have an aura ETB and it was cast by you, then you get to find one with equal or lesser value and put it onto Light Paws. So we build these decks around having a little bit of a toolbox of effects that we can use to make very big, very evasive creatures. So Light Paws can hold these auras. We can have our core Spirit Dancers hold these auras to give them +2/+2 for each aura you control attached to it. And we are doing a little interesting thing here and sliding in this Hateful Eidolon build into our deck. Now, normally, when you see Hateful Eidolon, you're seeing it alongside these Deadweights and something Mire, I think is the name of the card. And you generally play it around... Oh, yeah, Mire's Grasp. There it is. You usually play it around removing your opponent's creatures with these effects. But a cool thing with Hateful Eidolon is once you have like a suited up Light Paws or Core Spirit Dancer, Hateful Eidolon just becomes a card advantage engine for you. Because when one of these things dies, which your opponent really needs to do, they need to kill your stuff, Hateful Eidolon will give you back some of these cards that you lose. And this is important because when you lose the Light Paws with like 8 things on it, that is a huge swing of power in the game. So, excited to see if this saves me at any point. It has definitely saved me in the past when I was trying out this deck and refining it. And yeah, another one that can help with the card advantage kind of thing is SRAM Senior Edificer, and I didn't mention it with Core Spirit Dancer, but you do get to draw cards when you cast auras. The other thing is we have 2 copies of Aluris. They cannot be the companions because we have 3 drops, but they are worth it to have in this deck so that we can get things back from the graveyard. And then one final little card is Halvar, God of Battle, basically giving our stuff double strike, which is kind of relevant. And then you can also shuffle your aura or equipments around in case you have like a flyer that needs to be suited up. And then the other side is just an equipment. It's neither here nor there. Okay, so that's the creatures, the card draw, and how we're generally playing the deck. Let's take a look at some of these enchantments. It should be no surprise to see Ethereal Armor as well as all that glitters in this deck. Getting +1/+1 for artifacts and enchantments is just super strong. And basically, this is super necessary in this kind of deck in order to get over the top. Griff's Boon is a one of which we'll generally search out for one of our evasive creatures, and it is maybe the last thing that we want to do before we smash our opponent over the head. Sentinel's Eyes, giving our things vigilance, is a good early pick that allows us to block effectively with a big creature and basically make it so that while we're swinging hard, we don't get swung back at equally as hard. Obviously, Deadweight and Mire's Grasp are here for Hateful Eidolon, but they're just general removal spells that are pretty efficient. And we also have Rune of Sustenance here. This is one of our lifelink producers. So for 2 mana, we can get lifelink on one of our large creatures, which definitely is worth it. Conviction is a very cool card. This is protection for our creatures because not only does it get to go on and make one of our creatures really butt heavy, but we can also make sure that Conviction goes back to our hand so we don't lose that on card advantage. Angelic Gift, another cool one, gives us flying, but it also draws us a card, which is great. Cathara's Call here is another vigilance card, but this also helps us go wide in situations where our one tall creature is getting dealt with. And then finally, Demonic Embrace, a pretty freaking sick card that can be cast from the graveyard whenever we need it. So if we need to trigger an aura, and we've already cast this before in the game, but it, maybe it was on a creature that got destroyed, well, we can avoid being in top deck mode for too long. So this is the Eldraine Charmed Apple aura control. I don't really know what you would call this deck. But regardless, it's a pretty fun time, and we will be able to get some big creatures onto the battlefield. Hope you guys enjoy this one. If you want to like the video to help me out with the algorithm, that would be great, and commenting also helps on the video. And finally, if you're new here and want to see videos every Wednesday and Friday, subscribe to the channel. We're here all the time. That being said, let's hop into game one and see what we can do. All right, round one, let's go. This is a pretty balanced hand in terms of creatures and auras, which is exactly what we want to see. Put this in tapped here, and then we'll try to maintain some card advantage with either SRAM or Light Pause. With this kind of deck, we gotta watch out for shocks. So it's a little awkward holding, or just playing like a SRAM without any coverage. But I'm going to need to do that in case I don't draw a land on my next turn. Alright, we're going to hang SRAM out. I would be pretty surprised if they didn't have the shock here. It just seems to be like a answer that is usually present in a hand like this, or against a deck like this. It's actually Pristine Talisman. Not at all what I expected. And then, obviously, we will take one of these out. And, okay, so what do we do here? We need to first draw with SRAM. So we'll give this thing Vigilance first. And we're going to try to draw land here by playing Ethereal Armor. Alright, got the land. That's good. We get to go in with 5/5, and that 5/5 can now block their 1/1. Hopefully we should be out of shock range. Urbrask's Forge, we really don't care about that because we'll scale far past it. What we do need to watch out for here is the Haphazard Bombardment, not Haphazard Bombardment, the Raid Bombardment, I think is the name. That will be the death of us, but if we can find any sort of lifelink with our good friend Light Pause, we should be fine. Okay, so I think that we can just go Light Pause, Myra's Grasp onto one of these creatures. We will draw, and then Light Pause will trigger. Let's go ahead and take action here. And then we will just go grab some lifelink. Put that onto Light Pause here. And assuming that Light Pause isn't immediately killed, which I'm, 3 cards in hand, hopefully not going to be able to happen, we will just drop and all that glitters on it and then go to town. Alright, looks like we're good. So we don't care too much about what is coming at us. We will just lifelink through it and kill what we can. They keep no blockers back, which actually just means we're going to have lethal next turn. We will block, we will block. And they did actually get some pretty solid damage there by going wide. We will just drop this All That Glitters onto Light Pause. And we will be able to search out another version of that. We will get our Ethereal Armor. Oh, I think we already have one of those on the battlefield. We will give it this thing flying now. And that is 16 damage, and my opponent is dead. Alright. Well, luckily we dodged this mono-red deck being one of the ones with removal, so that feels good. Other than that, once we got the lifelink down, it was good. Sweet. Okay, so that was our round 1. Let's hop into round 2 and do it again. Alright, here we go, round 2. Well, we have Conviction here that can be cast on a Light Pause. I think I'm down. I think there's kind of 2 ways I can play this. Number 1, if I think that my opponent's got removal, I probably want to avoid playing the Light Pause and just have SRAM on the battlefield so that my triggers put cards into my hand rather than onto the battlefield. Whereas if I have Light Pause on the battlefield, then if I have Light Pause on the battlefield, then if they were to remove Light Pause with all this crap on it, then I would be in trouble. Let's see. Okay, so they're on blue-green. I am not totally sure that I would expect them to have removal here. And if they did, it'd probably be bounce related. So let's just play on the riskier side here and make a big ol' light pause. Alright. Well, we can also get this Hateful Eidolon out, which is some good insurance on our land here. Hateful Eidolon, and we will go for Conviction on 2. Now, should Conviction go on to Light Pause or Hateful Eidolon? I think Light Pause. So, Light Pause is going to need to get some flying. I'd also like to draw a card here. All That Glitters is great. That means that we'll be able to find... Well, eventually we want to pull in All That Glitters out of my Light Pause triggers. And then the other thing that we could do is All That Glitters into a... into an Ethereal Armor. Master of the Pearl Trident. So this is Merfolk then? Oh, it is Merfolk. Got it. So they're going to just go in pretty quickly here. I think that we can probably outrush them for sure. So we can land here. We can go SRAM into All That Glitters. All That Glitters. I think we'll just put on the Light Pause. I want to make Light Pause big. We'll draw a card here. And I could have just put it onto the Hateful Eidolon because Light Pause is going to get the Ethereal Armor. But, you know, it is what it is. Oh, they're actually going to counter my spell. Okay, that's actually very good. We'll get Sentinel's Eyes in here. I'll hit him for another 3. Okay. Do I want to take 7? YOLO. I have Sentinel's Eyes, and I will be able to pick up a Ethereal Armor still. We have... Okay, wait. So this could be Luris into All That Glitters. Yeah, this is what I want to be doing. So here's Luris. All That Glitters onto Light Pause. Pick up Ethereal Armor. 13-15, we are just 1 off. So we can block however we need to. We have 4 mana, or 4 damage worth of lifelink here. Should be fine. It's not fine. We're dead. Okay, so the correct play there was to Hateful Eidolon and then have that attack in as well. Got it. Alright, well, we are paying for our greed here, but it's good to get one of these greedy games out of the way. I'll probably play the next few games a little bit more reserved, but I definitely do want to get a big Light Pause on the field. So, with that being said, here comes round 3. Let's run it back. Alright, here we go. Round 3. 2 lands. We can play Light Pause or SRAM. Opponent's mulligan. I think my hand is fine. So... Unfortunately, Ethereal Armor won't be able to search for Ethereal Armor, but that's going to have to be my turn 3 play. So I think I go SRAM. I'll hang out SRAM first, then try to Light Pause and Ethereal Armor on the same turn. Okay, we actually just drew another Ethereal Armor, so that's good. Alright, opponent on red-black. Let's see what they can do to me. This is a new card for me. Cannot block when it dies, return it transformed. Sack a non-land permanent, then lose a life. Well, that sucks. Let's play SRAM. There you go. At least that thing can't block. So until they play a blocker, I don't really mind. Now, it will suck if they sack that thing right now. So I don't know if this is sacrifice or something else. It looks like they're going to kill their Vengeful Strangler. Oh, not what I thought they'd do. I thought they were going to kill that and then make me sack SRAM. That would be possibly a smarter play. So, Ah, now this makes sense. Okay, so we lose SRAM. I guess I'm just going to have to play a late pause. I could hold out a Luris, though. Luris would survive, so would late pause. I'll play late pause, I think. We'll save the Luris for once we have a little bit more mana. We'll take action here. And let's see what we want to find. I think Sentinel's Eyes will be strong. Vengeful Strangler dying is just bad for me, really. And I think that I will just take that Sentinel's Eyes here. We got a 5/5 on our side. Creature or Planeswalker, so that won't help me in terms of my stuff, unfortunately. I'm gonna make their thing big, sure. This is not how I want to block. I'm gonna go to 9. Alright, well, this is okay because we can use our conviction to go get something to lifelink us with, and I think we should be okay from this point. Okay, so we would like to go grab. We might actually just want to get all that glitters. However, I think having the ethereal armor in our hand makes this okay. Here's ethereal armor on light pause, and we get big. That's 14-16. And then we can also just get Griff Spoon. 17-18. Alright, so we've just flipped the script here. They will need exactly Shieldred's Edict or any similar effect, which we do know them to play. So, let's see. Alright, so they have decided to flip this thing. And what am I going to sacrifice here? At the beginning of their upkeep, we sack a non-land permanent. Okay, cool. So we had them no matter what. Alright, well, the deck functioned in this round. Feels pretty good. Let's move on to round 4. Alright, round 4. Oh, this seems okay. Give it a try. We get Hateful Eidolon, Core Spirit Dancer, and then get to lay something down on them. I'll keep it. Oh, and we even draw the black mana source. Let's go. Ooh, do I take light pause here? I can get another ethereal armor this way. I think, like I've mentioned before, I want to probably have one of these things in play. We're gonna attack first here, play the second main phase. So you go. I think when I try to equip some of these things, they might just shock my stuff. So I want to hold on to late pause, maybe just using only ethereal armor to keep late pause alive. Next turn I can play Core Spirit Dancer into armor. Do I want to do that? Suppose so. So either they Bolt SRAM now, or I'm going to get an extra card. That's fine. Okay, so then I'll just put the Ethereal Armor onto the Spirit Dancer, take a damage, which I will heal back. I will draw, and we have another Eidolon. Okay. So the Spirit Dancer is going to be annoying to remove now, and after our next turn, which hopefully will involve us playing 2 spells instead of just 1, we will be ready to roll. It's now or never to kill the Spirit Dancer. This will be a really annoying card for them, especially when I start to give myself lifelink. Oh, are we just a Belcher deck? Alright, what's happening here? They're just playing a big dragon. Okay. So I can now Rune of so I could actually light pause plus ethereal armor. Then next turn, Rune of Sustenance, make Light Pause big. Is that worth it? Ethereal Armor could go on the Eidolon. Go bam. Auto pay. We will draw. Did not get a land, sadly. We will search with Light Pause here, and then we probably just want to give this guy flying. We do potentially have a blocker down the line here, and now we have a big attack. Alright, well they let us hit them. We're going to gain a bunch of life here. And the Bonehorde Dracosaur doesn't really do a whole lot. They have Spitflame. That can be looped on my Light Pause, which is annoying. Okay, they are thinking about it. Definitely looks like they're trying to kill my Light Pause here. Okay, so there goes Light Pause, sure. We do get to draw. Everything shrinks a bit, which sucks. Halvar does give our stuff double strike, which is cool. And I believe we almost have lethal. We're very close with air yet. So here's what happens. I'm going to go in like this. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. So we have 3 mana to work with here. I'm going to plan all that glitters onto this Eidolon so it can attack. I should have probably done this a different way. Yeah. If I draw this card now, I can't play a 2-drop. That's unfortunate. Well, I can actually get in for lethal unless they have something to block me with. Okay, cool. And just like my timer going off, this game is over. That was our round 4. Let's hop into round 5 and go for one more. Alright, it's the final round here. We have Hateful Eidolon to protect something with all that glitters. I think that's actually not terrible. We'll have to take a little damage, but it's fine. As long as they don't remove this thing turn 1, I'll be fine. Just the plan, sweet. Oh, Lunarch Veteran. So I could be a little greedier here and actually getting the Ethereal Armor draw does mean that I can do what I want to do. Which means that we get to go in here. Luckily, Hateful Eidolons are enchantment creatures. So opponent does chump block here. Let's go. We are looking strong. Well, hopefully we can get them to chump block again. Here's 10 damage coming in. Alright. And this one might be over quicker than it started. Let's see if they have a Righteous Valkyrie here. No, this is the quick life gain version. It's also 90 cards. Let's play Ariad of the Charmed Apple. Go in. Put him to 6. They'll need to wrath the board here. Even then, we still have things to get back with Luris. Okay. I guess that'll end us with round 5 here. Kind of a quicker day today. Hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless, though. If you want the deck, it's in the description. Definitely more of a brew today. If you wanted to refine the deck and go a little bit more hard in terms of the Hateful Eidolon strategy, or if you want to lean in the other direction with the card draw off of the cast of auras, there's, multiple directions you can go with this deck. But that's for you guys to figure out. I am done playing for today, and with that being said, that brings me to the end. Like the video if you liked it, comment to help with the algorithm, and subscribe if you're new here and want videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's it. I'm sick. I need to get out of here. I will see you in the next one. Peace out.